All right, the long-awaited 15th climbing video for all of my 2 subscribers. Um, yeah, I probably. I've been back to climbing since my finger injury for a lot longer than that, but I just wasn't really in the right headspace to make one of these. And I feel like I am today, so I figured that would be a good time to get all these clips off my phone. Um, and just kind of relive the past I don't know 2-3 months of climbing. Um, I guess I'll just start by talking a bit about my recovery from my finger injury. So obviously, um, I talked about it in the last video, but I was on this really crimpy problem, and I was on the side pull with my left hand, and immediately felt something pop in my ring finger. Um, so I want to say I took like probably 2 weeks off, maybe 3 weeks off of climbing, like full stop, didn't go at all, and then um, kind of eased my way back in. I found this. I was looking online and I found this like taping technique that some people had found success with, so I tried that, and I think that honestly, I think it was really helpful for those like first 2 or 3 weeks back into climbing when I was kind of easing my way back into it. And I feel. I mean, at this point, I feel right back to, if not stronger than where I was post injury. So that's a really good feeling. I'm sending blue tapes pretty regularly. So that's it's definitely encouraging. Um, so I guess I'll talk through this first climb here. This is I think I gave it a V6. I didn't send this one, and it's probably one of the most frustrating climbs that I've worked on in a long time. I couldn't decide whether this hand that I'm going to with my right hand there is helpful or hinderful. And the top is just this really balancy section that I just couldn't figure out. I couldn't figure out if my right knee should have gone inside or outside of my right arm. It was just, it was a big struggle. My buddy Alex crushed it, but he's a beast on like footwork intensive climbs like that. So it's pretty cool to see him get that one. This one here is really long, probably one of the longer climbs that it's featured in this video. And then this top section was really cool. Cool little drop knee there. And then the sequencing here for me took a couple attempts to figure out. But once I had this kind of nailed down, like with where to bump and with where to kind of come in with the other hand, I was able to get it. And then I just really had to lock off on that right arm to be able to come in and match. And it didn't feel super secure at the end, but I'm sure it was set that way intentionally. But that one was pretty fun. I always like long climbs like that. This one here is, in my opinion, a perfect benchmark for what the green tag grade range should be. I thought it was pretty sweet that you had kind of these two dynamic moves and then a more controlled top section with some crimps. And I thought the inside flag there looked pretty cool at the top. This one, it's a shorter climb. I don't really have much to say about this one, except for the finish position here. I thought was pretty cool. I'll throw up a little toe hook there to come in and match. So I thought that was pretty fun, but not much other than that. This was my first time outdoors this season. I went with Alex, who I mentioned before, and another buddy of mine, Landon. It was mine and Alex's second time, I guess. And it was Landon's first time outside, so it was nice to kind of show Landon the ropes a little bit.
Come on.
And it was super buggy, which definitely pissed Landon and Alex off more than it did me. But fun day nonetheless. This is one that I'd sent last year when Alex and I went. But I wanted to repeat it this time because I didn't get a full video of it last time. So this is my send go here, and this is.
Come on.
I mean, now that I've tried more in Calabogie, I would say it's maybe not my favorite climb, but I would say top 3 of the ones that I've done so far. I just think aesthetically it looks really nice with those kind of stepped ledges.
Good.
And then I think the kind of lip there where my left hand is. I don't know. It's just it's a good looking climb, and it's fun to climb it as well. So wanted to get a full video of this one. I remember it feeling a little sketchier this time than it did last year. I don't know if I just had different beta for the top or what, but and you can see all the bugs in the video alone. So this here was a new one for me. It's a V4 that kind of revolves around this triangle starting hold that you then repurpose as a foothold. And I was kind of happy to come up with this beta here, where I came in and match with my feet, and then kind of work your way up this slab here, and then once you're over the lip, it's finished. But the footwork there was pretty fun to nail down. Back outside at Gatineau, really cool kind of dynamic move there, and then another one here. I really like the look of both of those moves. And then a high left foot, lock off on the, not really a lock off actually. That one was super enjoyable. Where you're kind of going dynamic out to these couple holds that uses, or at least that I used as a pinch. Felt pretty nice. So this one was my first blue tape since coming back from my finger injury. I think with this beta break that one of the guys at the gym showed me, I think it's probably more like a 5. I don't know if you could really tell there, but I was using my my left my right thigh as kind of like a thigh bar to be able to come in and match on the crimp there in the middle. Without that, I think that match is a lot harder, and I don't know if if the setters intended that, but just based on the way that made the problem feel to me, it felt significantly easier. Like definitely not a blue tag. So I don't know if they just missed that, or maybe I'm just out to lunch here, but I don't know. It with that beta, it felt pretty quite manageable. Which I don't think blue tags should feel to me, at least. I don't really remember that one, so I won't really comment much on it. I've been going to Orleans a little bit more recently, and they've just had some really fun, like bouncy stuff like this, which is just super up my alley. And I feel like you don't really see much of this at Gatineau, which, to be honest, I kind of like. Like I like that Gatineau has a more like crimp focused setting style, but it's nice to change it up every now and again. And yeah, like I said, Orleans has been setting some really fun comp style stuff recently. I guess this is a bit of an exception here. This was a really tricky crimp problem. I'd probably give it a V6, and this was my crux there, getting to that the third last crimp. I think the dynamic Gaston that you're about to see here is just a really cool move where you kind of go into this like 1-2 elevator door thing, and then for whatever reason the feet just felt really awkward for this move, and the hold's not the best, but yeah, that was a pretty enjoyable climb for it being as short as it was. I guess going back to what I was saying before, is another really fun paddle. It's pretty approachable, I thought, and it was also breakable. I saw a couple people cheat this one, so they didn't paddle. They just matched on each of those slopers, but it was fun to do it the paddle way. It doesn't look great on camera compared to some other paddles that will be featured in this video, but yeah, that was okay. This one's pretty straightforward. You're just going jug to jug on some decent volumes. It looks pretty cool, but I don't really like this climb. Yeah. This one involves a really, seemingly forced heel. I don't know if it was forced, but for me it felt like it was necessary. And it's always nice when the setters can force movement. So I like that one a lot. Another clip from Orleans is this paddle here. This isn't the one I was talking about that I really liked, even though this was enjoyable. But yeah, you kind of come around the corner, and then I figured out that to be able, at least for me to send it, I needed to plant that right foot as my right hand was getting to the better hold, the hold that I was paddling to. And if I could do those two things kind of at the same time, then it obviously it went pretty quickly. But yeah, that one was a blast. Fun little session project for that one. This one was really tricky for me to kind of find out the beta for the middle. You can see I'm trying to bicycle. Or at least for those first couple attempts, I was trying to bicycle, and here I try it again. That kind of downward facing hold, and it just didn't feel quite right. And then here I pieced together a bit of a different beta that felt much better. You'll see I swap feet, and then I'm kind of smearing on the volume, which just pushes my body weight further underneath the crimp, which was exactly what I needed. And then finishing out wasn't too tricky, because all of those holds have a pretty good ridge on them, and the top one was just at a good. It was pretty positive. So, yeah. There you go. Nice little celebration with Landon. Just kind of a classic crimpy problem outside at Gatineau. They've really been the setters have been liking using these kind of crimped up slopers, and it's pretty fun to climb. I like climbing on these holds. It feels pretty comfortable. I feel like they're always pretty positive. So yeah. This is I was on the way back from a friend's cottage on the Quebec side, and I decided to hit the Climate in Wakefield up for a little session. I wasn't there for long, but enough to try some of the cool stuff in their outdoor section, which is really, really neat. And this one I did send, but I didn't get it on camera. I'd actually set up my camera for my send go, and then I got it, and then I realized I wasn't recording, so I tried to get it again on camera, but I couldn't repeat it. Just because their holds there are so new and they're so gritty, that it's basically like your session has a shelf life there just based on how much skin you lose, which is kind of unfortunate, and it's actually kind of a deterrent for me going there. But they always have some cool stuff set. But both locations I've found, both the Ottawa and the Wakefield location of Climate, just really, their holds just chew up my skin too much. So it's fun to make a trip out of it sometimes, but yeah, I didn't. I think my session there was like an hour and a half, and then my skin started bleeding, so it's not exactly what you want. But yeah, this is the one I was kind of alluding to earlier. This is, I think, probably the coolest looking climb in this video. Maybe one of the coolest looking climbs I've ever done. Just a really sick sideways paddle. It's totally forced. There's no way you can stop on that on the side pull, and I just think carrying the momentum through there looks really neat. So really happy to get that one. This one might some people might disagree with me on the grading of this one. It's on the I believe 40-degree wall downstairs at Gatineau, and I realized after watching another guy's beta that I didn't need to be in the middle. I didn't need to cut loose. But I mean, anyone who's watched this channel knows that it's one of my favorite moves to do. So yeah, but I just thought the end position was just precarious enough to warrant a V7. So yeah, this one's right beside it. Blue tag. I mainly wanted to include this one for this last move here, because contrary to the last one, it is a forced cut loose, and I just thought, I thought it looked pretty cool, so figured I'd include it. Haven't sent this one yet. I think it's probably V8. It feels just that much harder than the other two that I featured on this wall. And I think I'm probably relatively close to sending this one. I haven't given it another go. I can basically only try this like 3 or 4 times a session, and then my fingers are just totally cooked. So yeah, maybe next session I'll give that one a go. But also at Gatineau recently, they've been having a lot of like summer camps, and it seems like that's where all the kids congregate downstairs. So yeah, haven't really been wanting to go down there just because you go like 15 minutes without being able to climb because all the kids are taking up the space on the mats. So it is what it is. This was a pretty fun blue tag at Orleans. So some beta here that I had to kind of figure out was getting that higher foot was crucial for me as a shorter climber, to be able to get up to that crimp there. Some other people I saw were able to stand on the starting handhold there, the crimp, with their left hand, and then reach the higher crimp with their right hand. But for me, because I'm a little shorter, I had to get the left foot up first. So I was pretty stoked to find that beta for myself to make this one doable. This, oh man, yeah, this one's sick. This cave set is really, really cool. I'm also working this this blue tag. Blue holds right beside it, but just focusing on this one right now. I think this is one of my favorite climbs that I've done, maybe ever. I think it's the perfect combination of pinches and crimps, and I just think my sequencing here is really, really well done. And this was a super fun session project for me. I don't really have much more else to say about that. I thought the heel hook at the beginning felt really sick, moving through the crimps in the middle and then finishing out on some pinches again. This one was a weird one for me. I kind of hit this at the end of my session, and for the first couple goes, I was really strong up until this move right here, and then my left hand just felt so weak for the first couple attempts, and then I think I waited I took like a 10-minute break, went back to it, and it felt like a piece of cake. So maybe there's some learning in there, something about taking breaks. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm not going to do it, but yeah. This is a pretty fun orange tag in the kind of, I guess, outdoor cave. It's not really a cave, but it's the most overhung section or portion in the outdoor section at Gatineau. And then this forced campus ending was pretty fun, and it was unexpected too. Going up, I didn't read it like that. I thought I'd be able to keep feet, but I don't know. I mean, I can't see any other way of doing it other than campus, and it feels pretty big on the wall, going out to those last two crimps before the jug at the end. So yeah. And then yeah, we hit another outdoor session 3 days ago. Me and Alex, and my dad's dog Marley came along, so that was a lot of fun to have her. She was really lovely on the trip. I'm really happy I brought her. Yeah, she did really well. But yeah, this is malaria V4, I think. And you can see I kind of use my own strength there. So little cut loose where I don't think I've seen anyone do that before. But it felt like the most efficient beta to me. So most people just kind of work the heel up all the way, and then yeah, kind of lay back on that the arete there. But I guess I thought the cut loose felt better, as I do in most situations. So yeah, kind of an interesting little beta switch from what most people have done on that one. This one is really cool. And the top out's just gorgeous too. The kind of view overlooking the pond is really nice. And you'll see it at the end. I ask my buddy Alex to toss up my phone to me. But yeah, it's these like 3 or 4 pretty good ledges that you work your way up. And I just love movement like this, where like my feet are kind of off to the side, and then my upper body is kind of to the other side. And I don't know, there's just something about this kind of movement that I like. You'll see I throw up a left toe hook here and go out to the sloper. Work my way up that ledge and then release the toe. And then yeah, battle through a couple good holds towards the top to top out. Probably I would say this is, it's really hard to say. I think this is probably my second favorite climb of the day that we did there. You'll see there's one called Water Lily that I think is my favorite. But yeah, this one, I mean, this one's close. I think just the view alone, you'll see it in a second. And I don't know, I think, yeah, I don't know. It just felt really, even though I was grunting through it, it felt really comfortable, but still hard. And it wasn't intense on the fingers at all, I wouldn't say. Conditions were really nice this day. Obviously it was a little warm, but yeah, the bugs were much better than earlier on in the season when we went. But yeah, you can just see how nice of a view that is. Yeah. So yeah, this is Water Lily. This is probably the one I would say is my favorite that I've done so far in Calabogie. I don't know if, I mean, I don't think it's cheating or whatever, but I thought the campus was much more efficient than any other beta that I've seen. So most people kind of just work the heel up all the way as they're kind of shimmying their hands to the left. And I thought the campus was a lot more of an energy saver. So yeah, I also don't fully know if I'm starting in the right place, but also it's outdoor climbing, so you can everyone's going to start in a slightly different position. So I try not to worry about that too much. On those first 2 attempts, I didn't notice this this kind of juggy side pull crimp that Alex actually pointed out to me between this attempt and the last one you saw. And it just made the move so much easier. I was trying to go off this like sloping ledge out to the crimp to the left, and it just felt awful until yeah, he showed me the better hold. And so yeah, this was my favorite of the day. I think just because it's kind of more involved, I feel like, than the last one that I was talking about, Beautiful Odyssey. Yeah, it just feels a little more, slightly more complex. And then the top out was a little sketchy. I don't know if you could hear it, but I was commenting on the lack of good footholds towards the top. So I always love a sketchy top out. That one I was just trying was Tiger Lily, which I think is going to be like a fun, like super long-term project. It's got, I think it was initially graded V8 on on the first ascent, and recently maybe has been downgraded to a 5. I could be wrong about that. Almost smoked Alex in the head there with my kickback, but yeah, I think Tiger Lily is going to be a really fun, like multi-season project for me. Yeah. And then back in the gym, this was just from earlier today. This is a fun blue tag. Pretty chill for a blue tag, I thought. And you'll see some pretty serious switch up on the wall. Kind of real-time problem solving. Not the most stoked about, I don't know, my beta on this one. You can see I'm rethinking things as I'm going through it. I try going up right hand and immediately know that's not going to work. But yeah, a couple different options that I try, and then eventually I just get really low and lock off on this pretty bad sloping right hand crimp. But the left one felt good, and then the finish hold is probably one of the best crimps on the problem. So the match at the top was not an issue. And then yeah, this is the last one of the video. This was a fun little, like, I guess lâché. It's not really a lâché, but it was pretty low percentage for me. It took me, I don't know, maybe like 15, 20 attempts maybe to stick that. And then this section was pretty easy. I think this probably should be a green tag, even though the start is super low percentage. I don't think this is deserving of an orange tag. I feel like there should have been maybe more after that, like second kind of step up to the sloper, but whatever. I'm not too pressed over it. Yeah, I guess that'll wrap things up for me here. Yeah, again, I think the most important things right now are that my fingers are feeling strong. I feel like I'm in a really good place with my climbing right now. I've also, I guess, yeah, since my last video, I've taken up running too. I'm actually training for a half marathon with some coworkers of mine, so that's been a lot of fun too. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching. Take care.